How we doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Hey man, I'm blessed up. I'm blessed up, favored up, running over with blessings. I can't help it.
Amen.
I know that's right. Though, what's your ethnicity?
I am Black, Puerto Rican, white, and Asian.
Well, that's a whole lot you just said just now. God
Yeah, my
dang.
parents did a great job.
Okay. We gonna jump into it though. Like, what make you cut a guy off instantly though?
Huh?
What make you cut a guy off instantly?
Lying.
Lying. Okay.
hmm
How you know when somebody lying? You know they just exaggerating the truth. Is that the same thing?
That's lying.
You feel like whoever you dating or whoever you talking to should tell you all they business, or they tell you?
No,
Oh,
I don't need to know what's going on with your friends and all of that stuff. As long as it has, nothing to really do with you or my partner. So, no.
is being deceitful a form of lying?
Yes.
Because I ask that because a lot of people think being deceitful ain't lying. Like an example is they figure nowadays if you don't ask somebody a question, that's not lying.
This generation nowadays, they are, I say a lot of people nowadays, and I don't want to use the word slow, but they're slow. So they think a lot of things, it's just common sense though. If you're in a relationship and you're not telling your partner, hey, I kissed this person, then it shouldn't be an issue, but it is. Because if it was the other way around, then you would be upset.
You think couples like women should have like guy best friends or guys should have girl best friends in their relationship?
Absolutely not.
Mm. 'Cause I was talking to a girl years ago. I mean, recently, I had a lot of people on my platform. They say it's okay for them to have guy best friends, or that's okay. Because if you don't allow your girl to have a guy best friend, you insecure. That's what the streets say.
No,
The
I
streets
mean,
say that.
I used to be one of those girls because I used to have a guy best friend until, people got to grow up. But as soon as I learned, then I'm speaking from experience because I've had a guy best friend who didn't respect my boundary, nor did he respect my relationship, so I had to cut that off. I do believe there can be platonic relationships where it can just be
Yeah.
only friendships and all of that stuff because I know I have a few, I wouldn't necessarily call them guy friends, but I have a few guy friends or whatever, and I knew my ex-boyfriend, he had a few girlfriends, but it was never to that extent. But if you're with someone to the point you're like, y'all are both just going out to eat by yourselves and all of that stuff. That's just like I don't know. It's a boundary that's being crossed.
I think it's all. I think it's all a manipulation tactic to gaslight you and control you. This is
Oh,
all this.
definitely.
This is
I
all
mean,
this is about.
some people can take it that way, but at the same time, it's just like, I believe there can be friendships that are just platonic. I do believe that, and I do believe y'all. Because with me, with my guy best friend, I only looked at him as just a friend.
Did you
He
find him
was more
attractive?
so,
Did you find him
huh?
attractive? Did you find him attractive?
Absolutely not.
Well, that's why. If you find him attractive, you won't be your best friend.
That's not true.
But that's my opinion,
I
though.
didn't find him attractive for myself. Okay, he wasn't ugly, but I didn't find him attractive for myself.
But that's what I'm saying, though. If you found him, your person, whatever your type is, whatever you define as attractive,
Then he
uh,
wouldn't just be my friend. I'm saying there can be platonic relationships. There can be a
even if you're
handsome
attracted to the person,
man
what I'm
and
saying.
a huh?
Wait. So you saying you can be platonic with somebody even if you find them attractive? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I
That
strongly
doesn't mean
disagree.
I have to like them or want them. I can only want them as friends, but they can be handsome.
That sounds good. That sounds great.
I mean, that was my friendship until he crossed the boundary.
How you cross the boundary?
He was just messy. He was just messy. He didn't respect my relationship. He was just sending little subliminal things, and it just wasn't.
I think the only reason girls have guy best friends is backup plans.
Well, that wasn't the case for me.
Regardless whether you or not, I'm just saying in the general sense, off general point, they're having guy best friends for backup plans. When the relationship goes south, they got somebody to lean on. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
That is your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but I can disagree with your opinion.
You can disagree.
Right.
You can disagree. We can agree to disagree.
We can agree to disagree.
I mean, that's the fact of the matter is, though. But if that is it, but this is my thing I find funny, though. These so-called women saying they had these guy best friends are having sex with these friends. How does that work?
It doesn't work.
And then I find it funny is they'll have sex with these guys and then invite these same guys to your wedding, guys. Oh, shit. Oh damn! I'm going to hell. They gonna send me to hell for this. So you don't believe women are having sex with these guys lying saying that's their cousin or gay best friend having sex with them, inviting them to the wedding?
I don't believe all women do that now.
I never said that. All right, English teacher, language arts teacher 101. You don't think those women are inviting these guys to their wedding and lying?
Not all women do that now.
I never said all women though. See, you twisting my words.
Some women do that. Yes. Do you want to hear that? I'm confused.
Would you say people should a man hire a private investigator if you want to take that woman serious?
No.
Why should?
First of all, if you have to hire a private investigator to get with a person, that means you off the bat do not trust that person. So why would you get with that person?
Well, why you can't get extra research? What if this person's a criminal? A felon?
Then you look that person name up because wherever.
That's why you hire an investigator.
You don't need an investigator. You can search that person who's a felony or felon or whatever who has a felony. You can look them up and you can see their whole record.
That's the whole point of hiring an investigator, to do a thorough search of this person.
I mean, if you want to spend your money on an investigator when you can easily.
So which is more important, time or money?
Time.
All right then. So I already invest my money, $300 in this investigator to search this person that I'm planning on spending the rest of my life with and making babies with. So just make babies with somebody. You don't do no research or nothing. Just go off what they say, right? Just trust me. You're supposed to just go off trust.
That's what you're supposed to have in a relationship. Trust, yes.
Well, that's the case, then why the relationships ain't lasting long and people just going off trust?
Because then trust gets broken and you break up and find someone else. It's like a cycle.
Right. Well, guess what? Then ain't a whole lot of trust out here because I see a whole lot of breakups and single motherhood going on. So the trust is on the low spectrum right now.
It's not only just single mothers. There's single dads out here too.
But there's more single mothers than there's single dads out here, and you know this.
Did you actually research that?
Yes, I did. 85% of the black community's kids out of wedlock.
But you want to know
all day, every day.
Because do you want to know something though? It also has to play with what a man does to a woman as well.
It also have to play by women choosing these bum ass niggas as baby daddies. That has a role to play.
But how do they know that? How do they know he's a bum?
Because they need to marry before they carry. They can marry before they carry and vet these men out properly.
Things happen. You can.
Things don't happen. There's over 30 contraceptives and ways to prevent the things from happening, making babies. There's over 30 contraceptives and ways. Me and you both know this. Stop acting crazy with me. You both know this.
Okay. Like I was saying, if you look it up, typically men, they easily change and manipulate women.
No,
right?
we're not going to do this.
We're not going to do this.
No.
We are going to do this because I know this
Stop it.
firsthand by watching my mother be a single
Stop
mother,
it.
right?
Stop it.
And
Stop
my
it.
dad now was not a bum ass man before.
I don't want to hear about men switching up.
You're going to hear, because this is me knowing firsthand that men can change. They can change. If I'm watching my dad change, how the fuck is it not true?
It's not true. First of all, you probably don't know the stories. Did you get your father's end of the story, or you just got your mother's end of the story? Whether it's not, women are choosing the wrong men as baby fathers, because there's more women with kids than men with kids. So that already is an outlier.
No
right
shit, because some men don't take care of their damn kids.
No, they're not taking care of them because these women are using the system and the government as their daddies now. They're using the government to take care of them.
If the father is not going to be there, shit, I would go to the government as well.
Oh yeah, because they got government daddy. They got government and Section 8 housing and food stamps. That's what's taking care of these women now, because they realize we don't want a man.
If they don't have a father figure in their life, by all means,
Are you a feminist?
Am I a feminist?
Are you a feminist?
What does that have to do with this conversation?
I just asked you a simple question. Are you a feminist?
What does that have to do with this conversation?
It has a lot to do with the conversation, because it sounds like you're a feminist. Are you a misandrist? Are you misandrous? Are you a misandrous? Do you know what that means?
What does this have to do with this conversation?
I just asked you a simple question. It has a lot to do with it.
I believe that you are trying to switch it into something that it's not, when it's supposed to be just, hey. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that there's single dads out there.
I just asked you a simple question. Are you
You're only going off of just black women and black single mothers, when there are men out here who are doing the same thing that some single mothers are doing.
We know what the men are doing. Nobody knows what the women are doing. I just asked you a question. You can't answer a simple question. I asked, are you a misandrist or a feminist? Very simple questions.
I'm neither.
So you're neither. You know what a misandrist is, right?
I don't.
You know what a misogynist is, right?
Somewhat, yeah, I guess.
What's a misogynist?
You enlighten me.
Well, a misandrist is a woman that hates men.
I do not hate men.
That's what misandrous is. So let me. What are the traits of a narcissist? Because when a man set up boundaries in a relationship or whatever, they say he's a narcissist or controlling. What is your definition of a narcissist? Or no, insecure. But how would you define somebody that's insecure though?
How would I define someone who's insecure? Someone who clearly does not love themselves, and with them not loving themselves, then they put it on someone else.
So if a man say, I want you to change your outfit, stop posting twerk videos on the internet, is he insecure?
No.
If he say, I don't want you, if you tell his girl to stop giving out her number on social media to guys, is that insecure?
No, if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be doing that anyway.
He tell his girl she can't have no more guy friends or go out with her guy friends. That's insecure?
I could say yes and no. There's an in-between with that, because if you know her guy friends. Okay, now if her guy friends are overstepping the boundary and she is as well, then you have every right to tell your girlfriend not to do that, or your wife or your partner. To not hang out with them now. But if you have met these friends and there's no issues with them, I don't think that you should tell her to cut off her guy friends, especially if she's known them before you.
Known before you. Right.
But don't get me wrong, your husband or your wife comes first before anyone else. So
if he's saying that you need to be home at a certain time, you need to be out all night, that's controlling, insecure, right? That woman should do whatever.
One, I am marrying my husband, not my father, right? So I don't want a man telling me what I can and cannot do. Now, there is a level of respect. I will not be coming into the house around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But if I am out with my girlfriends, you know where I am going, and I am communicating with you throughout the whole entire night. There shouldn't be any reason why you should be telling me what I can and cannot do.
Well, that's what a lot of women saying right now. You can't tell them. Or correction without protection. They say they want protection, but if I can't correct nobody, how can you protect them? You tell me.
I tell you.
But why is nobody talking about this single mother epidemic going on? Nobody's talking about these women are choosing the wrong men to make babies with. Chad, Tyrone, and losers, and then say the men ain't losers. Well, the men that they chose to have those babies with and deal with are the losers. And nobody's holding those women accountable. Why is that?
Because some women who are single mothers did not choose to be a single mom.
They didn't choose to be a single mom?
No, my mother didn't.
Okay, so we making excuses for them.
There's no excuse. My mother did not choose to be a single mother. She had to.
You believe? Let me ask you this: do you believe the majority of these children nowadays are born out of love or lust?
Nowadays, lust. In this generation, for sure.
Majority of y'all mothers was backseat action. They wasn't even love. They was in the back of that Jeep or the back of a hoopty.
I don't know what mother you're talking about, but it wasn't mine.
I'm talking about the majority of these mothers.
I don't know their mothers, so if they were in the back of a hoopty.
The numbers say wise though. The numbers say wise. These children ain't being loved because they end up in prison, drop out of high school, and we just seen what happened in Chicago.
I'm showing you prime example that I didn't.
This ain't nothing to do with you. I'm just speaking in the.
And my brother, he didn't drop out of high school either.
Stop talking over me.
Making it well off right now too.
Stop talking over me. Not talking about the masses.
Not all single mothers are like bad.
Single mothers are bad to the community. Stop talking over me. Single motherhood is terrible.
Watch who you're talking to, please.
Single motherhood is terrible to the community, destroying the economy, the whole world right now. Single motherhood.
Is your mom a single mother?
This ain't got nothing to do with my mother. This ain't got nothing to do with my mother. You see, guys, this is what they do. This is what they do. Guilt, shame, insults, and the need to be right. You see what I'm saying right now? She trying to put it back on me. But I'm saying single motherhood is destroying the community. And she talking about it ain't all single mothers. Wow. Are you married?
I'm not married now.
Okay.
What does that have to do with anything?
My point is that
I don't have any kids.
That's besides the point, though.
And I'm only 24. What the hell?
Okay. I mean, that just
have to do with single mothers.
I was just saying single motherhood is bad because because the men that they choosing with and they deal with. That was just my point.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. And this is another thing I always ask people. Why are women attracted to men that they know they're not supposed to be with though?
People gotta learn.
They gotta learn.
Make mistakes in life. That's how you learn.
So if you wasn't shit when you got with them, what makes you think you're gonna be shit when you get with them?
People gotta learn. Make mistakes so you learn.
You been with ain't shit men before?
I have, yeah.
So who fault that was? Was it the men or was it your fault?
I say it's both. I say it's my fault because I allowed it, and it's his fault for not being ain't shit.
It was your fault. It wasn't the men's fault. It was your fault.
Okay. It's my fault if I allowed him to have an effect on my life. He didn't, so.
Is your parents married?
No, my parents are not married. I just told you my mom was a single mother. My dad was ain't shit. But he wasn't always ain't shit though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He was there in my life before and then went downhill for him.
I just feel like they say that the men ain't shit and people doubt about their dad. They always talk about how the men ain't shit, but they always talk about how the absent fathers, but nobody talks about how bad these mothers is raising these kids. These mothers are just as bad.
I don't know because my mother raised me wonderful.
Your mother raised you wonderful?
Yeah, she did a wonderful job.
Okay. You feel like social media ruin relationships?
Yeah, it can, for sure.
You feel like social media made people less social in real life?
Yeah, 100%.
I think social media has made people less social. Like, I don't really see that many interaction in real life though. Besides social media.
Yeah, I think everyone has a lot of confidence when it comes to being behind a camera, but when they're in person, they don't really speak. You know,
You believe everything you see on social media?
no.
You think people can find like real relationships on social media? Like you see people get meet
Yeah.
people. I be saying this, and I don't know if it's true or not. I think social media is only for celebrities with blue checks.
Nah, no.
If you're talking about DMing somebody, like DMing a girl or something, if you're not a celebrity with a blue check, I think you're just gonna be left on scene.
Um, I don't think so.
You know what I
But
mean?
that's your opinion.
I'm talking about on Instagram now.
Okay.
So let me ask you this: if a guy with a regular guy DM you, or a guy with 1,000 or 100,000 followers with a blue check, which one are you more likely to respond to?
I've left a guy with a blue check on scene before, so it's not.
Was he a celebrity?
Yes, he was a celebrity.
What type of was he? An A-list celebrity, B-list celebrity? What type of celebrity?
It doesn't matter. He was a celebrity.
Do you want to give out his name?
No.
What made you left him on scene?
He just wasn't my cup of tea, and I didn't find him attractive, I guess.
The right celebrity in DM you yet. That's what that was about. The right one.
Now, if Chris Brown DM me, then that's a different story.
My point exactly, guys. Social media celebrities are for social media. Well, so celebrities. I mean, Drake said in the song, "I like to fuck on the regular bitch." So that already took away about 90% of the men right there. But speaking of that, would you believe there's a 90-10 rule? 90% of women only want 10% of the men in the world.
Nowadays, yeah, because there's a lot of men out here who are. Eh.
It was what that mean?
I don't really want to like insult men, but
I mean,
there are a lot of.
you are entitled to your opinion.
I am, but I'm not an asshole. So
But you're entitled to your opinion. Everybody got a right to their opinion.
yeah, but I don't have to be an asshole with having an opinion. So I'm trying to watch my tongue, you know.
I think a lot of the women, majority of the women, ain't worth the shit in this generation. That's just my opinion. They ain't worth shit.
And I believe that your mother should have worked on you a little bit harder.
Now they got something to do with my mother. See, guys, this is nice, nasty, passive aggressive.
Because then you would have had at least a little bit of respect to not say that. You know, you would have like reworded your opinion.
No, I have a right to say what I want to say.
Just to have some type
you may
of
not
respect.
like what
You do.
listen,
No, you can. You're entitled to say whatever you want to say.
I can say whatever I want to say.
Do what you want. But
That's I can say that's my mouth.
I respect. You can do whatever you want with your mouth. Do whatever you want.
That's what I'm saying, though. I think a lot of women ain't worth the shit. That's how I feel. Some people may say they worship the ground that you hoes walk on. I think a lot of these women ain't worth the shit. That's just my opinion in this generation. But
all right. I'm about to end this live because I don't like what you said, though.